Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Josh and today we have a little bit of a book haul. We've got the lights back, bing! We're back in business. If my voice is hoarse, it's because I recorded a video yesterday and now I'm recording one today and my voice is not happy about it, but we're gonna push through. Book number one in the book haul is Promise of Blood by Brian McClellan. I'm very excited about this novel. I've been listening to Page Break with Brian McClellan pretty frequently recently, and I decided to pick up his debut novel, Promise of Blood. It's the first of the Powder Mage trilogy. He's also got another one coming out in a completely new world. I think he's called it the Glass Immortals universe, called In the Shadow of Lightning. I'm excited about that book, but I figured I would start with his first actual novel and kind of go from there. I've read a couple of his novellas. I think I've read The Mad Lancers and In the Field Marshal's Shadow. Read those. I'm a little bit acclimated with McClellan's writing style, and I like what I've read so far. So I'm excited for Promise of Blood. Next up, we have the first two books in the, what is this trilogy called? Does it have a name? Well, it's the first two books of J. Kristoff's assassin books. Nevernight and God's Grove. God's Grave? God's Grave. I'm an idiot. Anyway, I've heard a lot of good things about these novels. I actually found these in a Brian Lee Durfee video? I don't know if, he's very delightful to watch. And so, yeah, Brian Lee Durfee recommended Nevernight to his audience, and I decided to pick it up off of that recommendation. I've heard it's very similar to Night Angel by Brent Weeks. I also have Night Angel. So which one should I read first? Should I read Nevernight or Way of Shadows for my introduction to assassins stuff, stabby and ninja things? Let me know. Next up on the book haul, I acquired this one recently, actually based off of a post by Nicholas Eames, The Traitor Barrow Cormorant, I hope I'm saying that right, by Seth Dickinson. This is a book that Nicholas Eames said was essentially a perfect novel, I think is how the post went. Eames wrote Kings of the Wild, which is one of my favorite books. Honestly, it probably is one of my favorite books I've ever read. So I'm going to assume that he knows what he's talking about, and I'm going to read The Traitor Barrow Cormorant. I believe it's part of a trilogy, but I have not heard great things about the two books after this novel. So I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't started it, so I guess we'll go from there. But The Traitor Barrow Cormorant, that's on the TBR, and I'm pretty excited about it. Last book, I'm on a bit of a history kick right now, especially with regard to The Last Viking, Harold Hardrada. So I got The Last Viking, his biography, and I have torn through it. But then to supplement my reading about Hardrada, I picked up 1066, The Year of the Three Battles by Frank McLin. I think this is something that probably applies to novelists more than anybody else, but if you write fantasy, I find that you can also get some of the same tone that you find in fantasy in historical books, historical fiction especially, but even just reading books about history, you find a lot of interesting things in history that a lot of people just gloss over. Like, there is so much in history that I never learned about and nobody really learned about until you pick up these dense biographies and you realize, oh wow, there's a lot of crazy things that happen in history, a lot of political machinations, a lot of backstabbing and all kinds of crazy stuff, which you can adapt that to a novel. If you inundate yourself enough with it, you can take things you find in historical texts and mold it a little bit, make it your clay, and then boop, pop it right into your novel. So maybe I'll do that with the story of Harold Hardrada. We'll see, if for no other reason, he's really fun to read about. So last book there, 1066 by Frank McLin. That's a quick book haul for y'all. That's some of the books that I picked up recently. Let me know what books you're reading in the comments below. I want to know. I want to find more book recommendations. I can never have too many books, and I love finding new reads. So if you've got one that I should read, let me know. My name is Josh. I make videos about reading, writing, the intersection of those two things, books, movies, all that fun stuff. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.